Hi everybody, this is Xiomara from Fitness XD, and today I have a very exciting announcement to share with you for the next year. This winter, I will be hosting a 12-week challenge. All right, awesome. So I'm super excited for this. So fitness challenges have a very special place in my heart. It's really how I began my fitness journey and how I made a lot of changes back in the day. However, I didn't exactly do fitness challenges that were very sustainable. They were kind of extreme in terms of nutrition and fitness, and they definitely led to some behaviors that were not very healthy. But fitness challenges are great, as I said. They can be very motivational. There's an end date, so you know to push hard until a particular date. It's fun to be able to do it along with a community, right? You're not the only one doing the exercise plan. Generally, you find a friend, find a buddy, meet new people on social media that are doing the same exact workout, support each other, stay accountable, get motivated, and that actually a lot of times helps people actually complete the program, the fitness challenge. Even a study was done on this, and it found that people who checked in on social media and had a community with other people doing the same exercises were more likely to lose more weight and complete a workout program. So I will find that study and I will link it for you in this blog post below. So just look in the comments if you want to check that out. Just, it's great to be able to work out and not be the only one doing it, even if you're at home, especially with us all right now. A lot of us are either completely working out from home forever, for the foreseeable future, or at the gym, maybe not being able to use all of the equipment because of the pandemic that we're going through. So it's very important to understand and figure out how we can stay motivated and continue in our fitness journey and be able to achieve our goals while being at home. Generally, because fitness challenges are created to be very compact, very short in time, they guarantee results. They're cookie cutter plans that anybody can do. But most of all, they really guarantee that result in like 3 weeks, 21 days, right? Like 5 weeks. Well, that makes it so that the workout, the fitness plan, the challenge has to be very extreme. It has to be very black and white. There's very strict rules. So if you can do this, you can't do this. But it doesn't quite help you then create behavioral changes that will make sure that this progress that you have created during this time frame is lasting. It doesn't guarantee that you will create behavior patterns that will become automatic in the future, such as, reaching for a healthy snack rather than potato chips, or getting in your workout on a consistent basis. Generally, when you have very short, extreme challenges, you don't develop that because you don't take the time. So therefore, I wanted to create a fitness challenge that would actually be able to create behavioral changes. That's why I've decided that I'm gonna make this challenge 12 weeks long. Now, 12 weeks kind of sounds like a long time, but really, that's just the beginning of January through March. That's really not that long. A lot of us get to March and we're like, where did the year go already? Somehow a fourth of the year is already gone, right? So when you think about it in that perspective, it's really not that long of a time. When you do challenges that are shorter than this, let's say 21 days to 6 weeks, there's not enough room for wiggle room, right? There's not enough room in there for you to have a weekend off, a week off, for you to take a break, come back in terms of nutrition normally, because otherwise you lose too much time. But when you have 12 weeks, you can actually fit your lifestyle around the program so that you can understand how you can continue to achieve your goals while be able to live your life at the same time, right? Most diets fail because people can't adhere to them. Actually, technically, every single diet works that's out there. So there's another study that was conducted, and I will link below, where they took all of the popular diets in the market. They compared how much weight people lost, if they lost weight, if any of the diets were better than one another. Same with fitness challenges. Guess what? They all worked as long as the person could adhere to it, right? So just because the vegan diet was really successful to one person and they lost a ton of weight doesn't mean that the next person also has to be vegan to be able to achieve their goals. Maybe they're better with a keto diet because they don't really enjoy eating carbs all that much, right? It also doesn't make the keto diet better. It just simply makes it so that that one person can adhere to it. So I'll link that below. Regardless, going back to the fitness challenge, when something is very extreme with a lot of rules, it's very hard to adhere to. So I will be writing this program, this fitness challenge, as a 12-week plan, and I will be providing guidance along the way of, okay, this is what you can do to be able to take a weekend off in terms of not watching everything that you eat. How do you take a week off? How to slow down and still see the progress during this challenge and be able to apply it to your life after this challenge, which is arguably more important. So again, why 12 weeks? Well, a lot of us have probably heard that it takes 21 days to create a habit. This is not true. 21 days to make a challenge is based off of a book that was written in 1960, where a researcher, psychologist documented that it took 21 days for him and his clients to see a different imagery of themselves. He never even said it takes 21 days to create a habit. He just simply said it takes 21 days for you to see something different regarding yourself. However, this was 1960s when this book was written, and it has become a very popular book, and people have taken this metric and used it over and over and over again. More recent research from 2009, 2012 actually shows that on average, it takes 66 days to build a lasting automatic habit. So what is an automatic habit? That's like when you get in the car, you put on your seatbelt and you don't even think about it. It's just something you get in, you do, it's done. That's an automatic habit. That takes 66 days on average, okay? So average is the key word because depending on the habit that you are trying to create and depending on the person, it can take two people different amount of times to create the same exact habit. They found it can take anywhere from 18 days to 254 days, okay? So huge variability. So when you say you're gonna do a challenge for 21 days, 5 weeks, it's not something that you're necessarily going to develop as sort of habit, okay? So 66 days is almost 10 weeks. But I'm going to be doing this for 12 weeks because again, that 66 days is an average. It is not a set number of all of you. It's gonna take this amount of time to create a healthier habit, all right? Also with that, as I mentioned, fitness challenges that are short normally tend to be very, very extreme. They start out strong and they end really strong, but this is not good for people who are beginners and they need to build a foundation, or even people who are advanced fitness, like lifters, even starting with something out, especially after the holidays where you may not have been working out consistently, where you may have taken it down a notch. If you all of a sudden start with a bam, you're gonna end up sore, you might get injured. So you don't wanna start immediately really hard. Instead, you wanna start with a gradual foundation, build up to it, work, and then you're gonna calm down and then slow down into your workouts before the challenge ends so that you have a set pace to move on to after the challenge that you can continue with and continue to create more habits if you need, lose more weight if that's your goal, to maintain if that's your goal. Whatever your goal is, you need an exit strategy, and that's something that most challenges don't provide. So my plan is that for these 12 weeks, I'm going to write this program as a fat loss program. So if I had a personal client, personal training, they came to me and they told me, Xiomara, I have an event in 12 weeks. I really need to get ready. I have to look my best. I want to focus on fat loss. I want to see physique changes. So not necessarily worried that the scale drops a ton of weight. I want to be able to see and feel. I want my clothes to get smaller. I want to quote unquote tone up, AKA develop muscle to look leaner. That's how I'm going to write this program. So we're going to start out, as I said, building a foundation. We're going to build slow. Then after that for 2 weeks. After that, we are going to spend the next 2 weeks with still that foundation, AKA building core stability, building stability within your muscles, to then mixing in more traditional strength training. And then we're gonna push for 6 weeks, okay? So the month of February, the first 2 weeks of March, those are gonna be our true work weeks where we're gonna ramp it up. And then ultimately, we're gonna finish out the challenge with 2 weeks of quote unquote deloading, which just means that we're gonna take a step back. We're not gonna work as hard for those 2 weeks so that you can come off of this challenge feeling nice and fresh and your body is not beat up, okay? All right, and then of course this is a fitness program, but as most of you know if you follow me on social media, I do provide some nutrition services, and I'm also a nutrition coach. So I will be providing info for you on nutrition of what you can do along the way to meet your goals. All right, so to join this challenge, you do one of two things. You can subscribe to my monthly fitness subscription, Fit with Cio. I will link that below. Or I will be creating a one-time purchase that is going to let you pay once for the 3 months, no subscription necessary. So you essentially do the challenge with me and then you don't have to continue with the monthly workouts. So that's optional for you because I know that not everybody wants to necessarily subscribe to a fitness subscription, but they may want to participate in the challenge. So everybody is welcome. If you are a current client of mine, so if you are with me for coaching or for one of my bundle programs, I will be contacting you soon to give you the details of how you can join the challenge if you would also like to be a part of this. Now with that, if you're listening to this and you're not a client of mine currently and you're thinking, okay, this sounds great, I really want to join in this challenge, I want to push hard at the beginning of the year, but maybe you want something customized to you, whether it be a fitness program or a nutrition program or both, head on over to my store, check out my different services that I provide and book something with me. Not sure what you want to book, what would be best for you, then go ahead and go into my online booking. I will link it below. You can schedule a 30-minute free consultation with me. We can sit down, discuss your goals, discuss what equipment you have at home, if you've had any previous injuries, what your goals are, and then I will guide you towards the best service for you to purchase with me, and then I will write you your own custom program that you can complete during this period of the challenge. All right, so in order to stay up to date on all of the fitness challenge news, when I'm making new announcements, when the workouts are going to be live, me providing extra tips specifically for the people that are doing this challenge, I need you to subscribe below. There's going to be a link, a box for you to drop your name and your email. Even if you're already subscribed to my website, I need you to resubmit your email because essentially I'm going to be making an own email list just for challenge members. So even if you're already a Fit with Cio customer, current client, please drop your email below so that you can stay up to date. And now probably for the biggest question that you're having, well, this is a challenge. Are there prizes? Is there a winner? The answer is yes. So I will be handpicking one winner per week for the 12 weeks. And I will be giving out weekly prizes. And this is going to be people that check in on social media, whether it be on your story or your feed. You can do it through Facebook or Instagram, but you have to tag me or I won't be able to see, I won't see your check-ins, okay? So if you check in throughout the week on social media, I will be every week handpicking winners and giving away a weekly prize. And at the end of the challenge, I will also be having a grand prize winner. Now, this is a fat loss physique challenge. However, not everybody is here for physique changes, fat loss, and I get that. I'm here for that. You don't have to change your body if you don't want to. You can just go stronger to get strength. You can do this for mental clarity, whatever it is for your well-being. I want you to still be eligible to win this challenge if you share with me your story. So in March, I will be providing more details of a questionnaire that's going to go out to everybody who's in the challenge for you to submit of how to win that grand prize, okay? If your goal is fat loss or physique changes, I do recommend that you take a before picture in January, and then we take an after picture in March. And I'll be giving you more details on that later this month. So make sure that you subscribe to that newsletter so that you can get all of the information for the challenge. And yes, so I will be doing the challenge as well along with you. So my goals are fat loss and physique changes. So I will be documenting this. I will be taking a before picture in January, and I will be taking an after picture in March. I will send out a guide to everybody who subscribes below on how to take before and after pictures, as well as body measurements so that you can record your progress. It's not all about scale weight, guys. You need to be able to document your progress in other ways. So that's going to be one of my first newsletters to everybody who subscribes to this challenge is how do we document this? How do we keep progress, okay? I will also be documenting my progress along the way and checking in with you guys every couple of weeks in terms of like, all right, this is how it's going. Am I dieting? Am I not dieting? Am I taking a break? Which diet breaks and refeeds is something big that you may not have heard of, but I want to make sure to communicate this with everybody in the challenge so that you can learn how to be able to fit this around your lifestyle, because you don't need to be on all 12 weeks, okay? So this is one of the biggest things that I want to help you understand and learn and take away from this challenge so that you can apply it to your lifestyle later on. So, okay, that's all. I hope that you're as excited as I am about this challenge. There's lots to come and I can't wait to share it with you. So again, make sure you subscribe below and I'll be talking to you soon. Have a good rest of your year, guys. Bye.